Hey there guys, welcome to part 2 of the look at the Windows 10 Chinese Government Edition. And I did notice that there is another version here. So the version that I previously showed you was Windows 10 version 1803. So there is another version here, and this version says it's an upgrade mirror, but it is a full version. So this is version 1809. And it even says here, OEM upgrade image. Although it really is not an upgrade image, it is a full image. So you can actually tell that based on the size of the file here. So here, this one was only 3.8 gigs. This one is 4.5 gigs, so it's a much larger file. So I did download it. It took a hot minute to download. And I want to go ahead and install it over top of the previous one that we just looked at. So I'm going to go ahead and start this, and we'll see if it actually will boot to that disk, or to that ISO. Alright, let's see if that'll boot here. Now, I honestly doubt that there are going to be any differences, so far as maybe it'll be a difference in the wallpaper, or maybe apps included, but, you know, nevertheless, I wanted to see if there is any difference. Alright, so let me grab my Google Translate here. I want to see if there is a way to actually get the English language to work out of the box, because it does not seem to it doesn't let me actually do it. So let's see here. Language to be supported. Alright. Okay, so it only gives us, so it's still only giving us the Chinese language. I'm having no luck with that, so I will leave that on the default because we can always change that later. Alright, so we'll go ahead and hit install here, and this should just say setup is starting. Okay, and we're welcome to our terms of service, and what I wonder is if there's any difference in that. Not that I can really tell here, but alright, so what it says here from the Translate app, Windows 10 Shenzhou Netcom, Windows 10 China State Government Edition User Agreement, Chinese Government Agency Government Edition used by Shengao. Well, it keeps changing it here. China Digital Network Technology Co. If you obtain software, your use of the software shall be subject to your distribution from China. Terms and conditions of the license agreement entered in made when acquiring the software. So it just keeps changing it, and I can't really quite tell exactly what it says, unfortunately. But we'll go ahead and click Next. And as you can see, we can upgrade or we can do a custom install. So I'm going to do a custom install because I want to go ahead and erase everything here. So I'm going to erase this one. And then I'm going to format this again. Alright, so that should just take a moment here. Alright, so now that is gone. Well, is it gone? No. Okay, so we'll go ahead and format this one. Alright, and we'll go ahead and install. And I'll go ahead and let it do its thing. Now, one thing of interest with the previous version was that on the setup, it did have Cortana. And Cortana is not included in this. So the version that I looked at before is very stripped down. It is stripped of all its telemetry. It's stripped of OneDrive. It's stripped of the Microsoft account. It's stripped of Xbox, anything Xbox related. And it is stripped of Cortana also. So anything Microsoft related is pretty much stripped from this OS. So I am curious to see if they have still removed all that, or if the setup process is any different. So as I said, no Microsoft account. So when you do log into this for the first time, you are creating a you're creating a local account versus a Microsoft account. So this is not connected to any sort of Chinese network or anything, so it wouldn't detect that. But so it's just a local network. So, and we'll go through and I'll show you from there. Okay, so we are now at the set up a user account screen, and it actually bypassed Cortana completely in this version, so that is pretty interesting. It took a long time to go through, but I do find that very interesting. So let's go ahead and we'll create an account and a password, and I guess to confirm the password, and then we have to do a security questions here. So we have 1 of 3. Oh, it doesn't want me to use test. All right, let's see. Well, let's see. Will it let me use test for this? Yes. Okay. We'll select another one. Okay, so it doesn't really care what you answer with. All right. And these are pretty much the same kind of security questions they would ask in the normal version of Windows. Okay, so it should be now creating our account. Okay, so it just gave me a little warning here, so let me try to translate this. The code you type does not meet password complexity requirements set by your administrator for your group. Okay, type a new password. All right, so we'll go ahead and type a new password. So I used literally just password, and it didn't like that, so. Okay. I'm not sure what it's asking me to do here. Let's see. The password does not match. Please mirror again. I'm assuming that means copy or try again. Okay, so now it's making me do these security questions all over again. Super fun. Okay, let's see if it accepts it this time. All right, and I think this is the history. Let's see what this is. I do like the little graphic here. Okay, yeah, so this is Windows timeline. So you can say yes or no if you want this or not. We'll just go ahead and agree with it. I did like that little graphic that they used. And this is the part where it says, "Hi, we're getting things set up for you." All right, and so it just said, "Let's start." So just right off the bat, you can see some things look definitely different here. The first thing I'm going to do is I would like to get our VirtualBox additions in here so that I can get things working properly. So let me go ahead and insert that, and then we'll go ahead and get that installed, and we'll continue from there. Okay, so I've just installed the additions for VirtualBox, so all the drivers and all that good stuff should be in there now. So we'll go ahead and begin once it starts up here. Okay, so it is similar here in that we're going to do our Control-Alt-Delete to get into the system here. All right, and I'll go ahead and enter in my password. All right, we're now on our desktop, and I'm going to go ahead and see if it'll extend it. And so it will not. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now, all right, there we go. So we'll extend it now. Okay, and one of the first things I want to do is look at these new wallpapers, because that is just the most interesting part of this for me. Okay, so it looks like we just have a couple of new ones here, so we'll go ahead and open these and take a look. Okay, that's very nice. That's a beautiful picture. Another very nice one there. Just skipped that one on accident there. Let's go back. It's not liking me clicking things. Okay, wow. That one might be my favorite one so far. That's very, very beautiful there. Alright, let's see what else we have here. Okay, and these look to be a little bit different than the traditional flowers that were in the previous version, but these do not have they don't have that Windows 10 Chinese Government Edition logo at the bottom corner there. Alrighty, so I have everything updated here in the OS. I did check in Windows Update to make sure that it has all its updates and everything. So as I had said previously, this is based on Windows 10 1809. One thing I did want to show you guys here is just the differences here. So I did add the File Explorer here to the dock, but I wanted to show you how much space this takes up. So the other version, the 1803 version, that one took up only 10 gigs. Now, mind you, I have not downloaded anything, but I have installed the guest editions, which I guarantee did not take up that much space. And as you can see here, instead of using 10 gigs, it's now using 18.9. So quite a big increase between 1803 and 1809. But I do want to see if there's anything new in this version that is not in the 1803 version. So one thing I did notice right off the bat, obviously, were the wallpapers, and I did show you that in that previous clip there. But as you can see, we do have a search here, which is nice. Now again, Cortana is not in this version at all, and this will only search, this should only search the computer itself. Yeah, so this will not search the web, this will only search what's on the computer itself. Another thing that's added is the timeline feature, which was new for 1809 at the time there. And then let's go ahead and go in the start menu here also. Oh, another thing that was new is the activation. So as you can see, it has a different logo than it did previously, but when you double click or when you go into it, it's pretty much the same activation that was there before. So it just it's pretty much the same. It's just it looks like a newer version of the activation. So in the in our programs here, as you can see, we have no live tiles, no nothing here. We do have, well, let me see what that is. That looks new. And like I said before, I have to use Google Translate because I can't change the language. Actually, I haven't even tried, so I can't say that I haven't changed the language. I'll have to try and see if I can in this version, but let's see what this says. Alright, so this says Update Client, and so let's see. So it says Update Client. Let's try this here. Alright, Update Agent Monitor. Does that do anything? Alright, so now we have something in our taskbar here. Okay, let's see what this says here. Okay, so it says update downloads. There are currently no downloads available. Alright, so this is just a client service status update. Alright, let's try the other one and see what shows up on that one there. Alright, so we tried that one. Let's try this one here, see what that does. Okay, and it looks like we have a port, we have a website. Alright, so this must be where we get the updates, so let's see what this says here. Alright, so on the left-hand side we have service, log, help, and then we have our update server, and then you can enable the download, you can enable a download speed limit. Then we have save and exit. Alright, so it is the enable download speed limit is not enabled, and so this is their Windows update server here. So that is pretty interesting. So I do want to copy this and see where that goes. Let's go ahead and save this. Does that do anything? Okay, so As I had showed you in the previous version, this only includes Internet Explorer. It does not include Microsoft Edge. And I'll show you here. So let's look at some of these other things here. So as you can see, we do have search, our voice memos here, remote desktop, more settings here. We do have our command prompt here, control panel. That's kind of interesting. Yep, so we got our traditional control panel still there. Let's see if we can find Internet Explorer. We do have our calculator here. This is our snip and sketch. I believe that was also new for 1809. We do have a camera button here, and we do have our photos. So let's go through these. We have Windows PowerShell, so you have your different PowerShell opening or PowerShell tools there. This is our Windows Defender. Yeah, so as you can see, just the basics. So we have Internet Explorer, Math Input Panel. We have our screen recording software, Paint, Notepad, Snip and Sketch, the remote desktop, characters. All right, so let's go ahead and see what happens when we go to that website. All right, and so again, nothing crazy in here. This is Internet Explorer 11, and also I'll also show you the WinVer here, so we can. All right, so as I said, it's 1809. So here is our build number here, and it is 17763.1039. Alright, and let's go to that site here and see if anything happens. Alright, so save, open. Alright, let's try and open this. What happens? If anything. So I don't think anything will happen. I did click save, but nothing happens here. Oh, okay, so it just closes. Alright, so nothing new there. Alright, so we can't actually, it looks like we can't access their update server, but that is interesting. That is a new addition that I haven't seen in the previous version. And the only thing I see that's new here is really just the addition of the snip and sketch and the timeline feature from this version. Let's see, were there any more Windows updates? Nope, no more updates available. Let's go ahead and check the language and see if we can actually change it this time. Okay, so it does give us some more options here. Well, nope, actually I'm in the wrong section. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so China, People's Republic of China, let's see if we can add another language. Windows display language, yeah, so that's the only one we have here. And let's go ahead and we will type in English and see if we can add that. Okay, we do our English United States. Let's go ahead and add it. Okay, so it does have voice. Let's see our keyboard. That's added automatically. Alright, and for writing. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so this seems to work. This seems to be doing more than the previous version did, so let's see. Okay. Okay, so it's downloading each of them. Downloading the input method, the voice, and regional format. Alright, we do have a QWERTY keyboard. Alright, oh, what does that say? We got error here. Let's see, what is our error? Sorry, we cannot install this optional feature. You can try again later, and then it gives the error code. Yep. So looks like I cannot install this at all, which is pretty interesting. I'm gonna guess that even if I tried to install it manually, it will still not work, but it was worth a try. That was worth a try there. Alright, let's take a look at our task manager. I do kind of want to see how performance is here. Now again, this is the same specs that I was using for the previous virtual machine. So this one only has 2 gigs of RAM, 128 megabytes of video memory, and then I did a dynamically allocated hard drive. So it's running pretty good here. Yeah, so we can see more here. So yep, so not straining it whatsoever. I did find it very interesting that it has that it's taking up way more space. So it makes me wonder if all the features of Windows 10 are still hidden. They just can't be used. So it's not necessarily stripped like the previous one. So I wonder where the 8 gigs is coming from. Let's see what this says here on our notification. Oh, Windows is not activated. Searching for device driver. Okay. Alright, so I guess that's about it. So this was just a look at Windows 10 Chinese Government Edition, and this is version 1809. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If I do find out how to install the English language, I will definitely let you know. But anyways, that's it for me here. If you did like the video, please leave me a like. If you want to see more like this, please let me know. If you have a specific operating system that you're curious about that you want to see me install into a virtual machine or on an old PC, definitely let me know. Anyway guys, I'll see you in the next video.